Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So good to be here with you today. Excited to get into the topic, which is going to be getting better 1% per day. But to many people, they've heard that before. It doesn't really make sense and doesn't really lead to anything. I want to get right to the punchline. By getting better by just 1% per day, it leads to up to 37 times better by the end of the year. That means you just 37 times better, meaning you have more capacity, you have more potential, you have a much better and broader horizon of what you can actually achieve in the world. And I want to break this down for you because I'm telling you right now, it is the overlooked secret that most people don't know about because it looks so boring in the beginning. Because in the beginning, what are you doing? Well, you're not making much change. But that's the thing about exponential change and exponential growth. You start off with just a small little amount. And that's why the whole thing is like make your bed first thing in the day. Making your bed will do absolutely nothing except tidy up your room, right? But what does it do? Well, it gives you one small win of discipline, one small win that you can get something done. And that's why you hear people always say at keynote speeches, make your bed. Let it be the first thing that you do. Okay, you got the first thing out of the way. That was an easy one. Good. Now you're just going to move on to something a little bit more difficult. That is what getting the 1% better means. It means that exponentially over time, those small tasks become much, much greater. So yes, day one might be starting to make your bed, but really what you're looking to do is say, what area of my life am I looking to improve? Right? That's the big thing. So it's not like, oh, I want to tidy up my room. It could be that. There's nothing wrong with that. Saying I want to make my place, my home, whether it's an apartment, a condo, a home, whatever it might be, I want to make it a beautiful place. Okay, you can absolutely do that. But what I find is that it's better to work on yourself. Now, if cleaning up your apartment allows you to then better work on yourself, fine. But what a lot of people do is they use that as a little bit of a crutch, meaning it's something that is a form of procrastination. I'm not going to get started until I clean my whole house. A lot of people do these types of things. And all you're really doing is saying, I'm going to procrastinate for a half hour, an hour, 2 hours before actually getting to the work that if I were to do it, would dramatically change my life. So that's what I'm looking to do is for us to write down what one area, not 10 areas, but what one area, at least to start, can you work on in order to get exponentially better. So the thing is too, we need to understand that it's even on the days that you don't want to, right? And so that's the hard part. When you're motivated, you just came back from an event, a conference, you listened to some type of motivational based podcast, you said, all right, I'm ready, I'm in it to win it, let's get started. And over the next few days, you're sticking with it, you've got your morning routine, you're doing all these great things, but then it starts to falter. Why does it start to falter? A lot of times is that we haven't set it as a standard, as a non-negotiable. I talk about this quite often, meaning that there are decisions that come up every single day and you don't have to want to make them every time they come up. So let me just give you an example. And again, don't ever use me as an example. I'm just one person living my life in the way that I choose to live it, where I can try to maximize my potential, right? But here's the thing. I have a history, 10 years, right, from 17 years old to 27 years old, of being diagnosed with a lot of chronic-based diseases that were never supposed to go away. Autoimmune issues, Addison's disease, POTS, encephalomyelitis, like all sorts of issues. I don't need to go through the laundry list again for you. Those weren't supposed to ever go away. They went away. I learned how to heal. I never want them to come back. So here's the thing though. I also have to do the things, right? That's my why. I never want to go back to being that unhealthy person. So now I need to do certain things that enables me to stay healthy, not relapse. I relapsed many, many times from 17 years old to 27, right? Then I found a way to stick with it. That's a big part of this. So for you, it's creating your non-negotiables. For me, I get 2 flex meals per week, right? So if I want to have bread and pasta, I can have bread and pasta, but it can't be more than 2 flex meals per week, and they can't be back to back. So let's say I go out and Friday night, that was my flex meal. I had a delicious bowl of whatever my favorite pasta might be at the moment, and some great focaccia bread or something like that with olive oil, phenomenal. Now, Saturday, I end up going out. Can I do that again? The answer is no, because I've just set that as a standard, a non-negotiable, where I'm not willing to say yes to that. Why? Because I don't have to. The decision's already been made. I don't do more than 2 flex meals in a week, and if I haven't done 2 flex meals yet, I don't do them on back-to-back days. That's it. And now, you don't have to use that as your non-negotiable, but at some point, you need to create your own. You need to create a set of standards for yourself that you are not willing to break. And the reason you're not willing to break them is because you have a big why. So first, you need to develop that why. So for example, let's look at someone and use this 1% better a day. Someone wants to dramatically improve their body, because I've heard this from so many people, and it's still the tagline of the Cabral concept: change your body, change your life. And it's because if you can change your body, what happens? You have more energy, typically have more confidence, more self-esteem. You have a lot of the things that people don't want to admit, right? They don't want to say out loud, but they're nevertheless still true. And it's because what it took to transform your body is not easy. So if you're able to do those things, what does it do? Well, it gives you confidence that you can do something else. It gives you confidence that, okay, I feel like I have more energy now, because you will, right? You're healthier, and you're going to wake up with more vitality. You're going to want to do more. So then that changes your life, right? So you change your body not for the sake of changing your body, not for vanity metrics. You change your body because then it allows you, it's the vehicle through which you move through life. Then you can achieve everything else that you want that has real meaning to you, right? So that's how we look at it. So let's say you want to change your body. You might say, I'm going to set a simple goal. I want to transform my body. I'm going to do one strength training exercise, and 1 form of cardio. Okay, great. What's the one exercise you might choose? 100 push-ups a day. Great. Is that easy? Absolutely not, right? Anybody who's tried 100 push-ups a day knows that it isn't. And that's what you're going to do. And so what are you going to do? Today you're going to do 100 push-ups? No, I don't recommend it. I don't think that's a smart idea. Today you might say, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. Can you do 10 push-ups? No, you might be able to do 3. Okay? So for 3 times a day, you're going to do 3, and then maybe that first set, the second set, maybe even the third, you're going to push out a 4th. Okay, so there's your 10. Now, what are you going to do? On day 2, you're going to do 11 push-ups. Okay, so what are you going to do? Well, you're going to shoot for 2 4s and a 3. That's what you're going to aim for, and you know what it is going into it. So you're going to work your way up to 100 push-ups a day. Now, what if you say, I can never do more than, I don't know, let's say 10 per set? Well, then you're going to do it 10 times per day, right? You can do it once an hour. You're going to set a little alarm, and you're going to do your 10 for the day. And again, this isn't even the best example, but this is how you're getting 1% better per day until you achieve 100 push-ups. And then for your cardio, you're going to say, well, what's something I can do every day that I can never miss? Probably walking. Probably it's the one thing that you can do anywhere you are in the world that you're going to be able to do. Now, again, some people may not. I understand that. Maybe you might be to the bike, but this might not also be a goal of yours. So I'm just giving you an example. 1 hour brisk walking. 1 hour brisk walking is going to get your heart rate over 100 for that 60 minutes. That's zone 2 cardio. That's phenomenal. Can you imagine if the world did 1 hour of walking a day, 30 minutes if you want, and 100 push-ups? I mean, remarkable. In terms of cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's, like all these things. And you're going to do that. And you're just going to stick with when? Well, you're going to stick with it until you achieve it. And so even for your walking, if you don't walk now, well, okay, 2 10-minute sessions, 2 20-minute sessions, whatever works for you. The goal isn't to do it all today. The goal is to get 1% better per day. So if you said, hey, I'm going to go walking for a minute today, it sounds kind of ridiculous. I understand that. And you're going to do 1 push-up, totally get it, fine. Well, then over the course of how many weeks, how many days could you achieve this? I think for most people, you could probably get to 100 push-ups in 100 days. And you could probably get to 60 minutes of your cardio in maybe 30 days, maybe 60 days, or just shoot for 100 days for both. Because the thing is, all you are looking to get is 1% better. Small improvements, add a minute. I know it's not exactly that 1%, but you'll get close to it. So what I want you to do is think small to achieve enormous goals. I have another podcast on smart goal setting. I want to link that up today. So today's episode 2733, you'll find that at stephencabral.com/2733. Let me give you another example. A lot of people may not want body transformation, but they want knowledge-based, or they want at least not the knowledge, but what the knowledge leads to. In my field, health and fitness, health and wellness, anti-aging, longevity, all that, what I teach people, and I teach a lot of practitioners how to become a certified health coach. People get overwhelmed with that because they have another job, they're doing other work, they have 3 kids, all sorts of responsibilities. I get it, I understand. What I ask them to do is 30 minutes a day. That's it. Anybody. And again, don't apply this to health coaching if you don't want to be a health coach. I totally understand. But what can you study for 30 minutes a day? And you might say, I don't have 30 minutes a day. I get it. I understand. What I want you to do is this. You're going to go to bed 30 minutes earlier. You're going to wake up 30 minutes earlier. Don't do your studying before bed. Do it when you wake up. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to move into your 30 minutes of reading or your online course or whatever it might be. That 30 minutes every single day will allow you to do what? Well, I know for becoming an integrative health practitioner, certified health coach, you can then get level 1 certified in 12 weeks, okay? And I know that you can also follow the same formula, get level 2. Well, now you know exactly how to become a health coach in 12 weeks and level 2 if you want, and another 12 weeks. And then what do? Well, this is the same thing as the push-ups or the 1 hour of walking a day. How do you continue to get better? You use that, what you've already gained, and then you begin to put it into that next exponential growth. So for health coaching, what do? Well, now the goal is to teach others. So we have a motto. It's called heal yourself, heal others, right? And a health coach in every home. The goal is to teach. So now you use the 30 minutes that you were previously studying. Maybe you continue to study, right? You're studying to learn a niche, right? A specific niche. But you can use that 30 minutes every day in order to create 1 social media post a day. And you can absolutely do that in 30 minutes. So now what are you doing? You are teaching others what you learned in order to serve the world. That is a far greater good. Each one, teach one, right? That's the goal. And you're giving that away for free. And you are starting then to build up your own following because you're teaching these things and you're connecting with a certain individual, right? A certain person. And there is a person for everyone. And then after a few months, you're using that to then be able to provide free consultations, introductory consultations, just to see if someone who reached out to you might be a good fit to work with you in your practice. And all of a sudden you are now a health coach, right? But you can do this for any industry. I just happen to know this industry, right? And so what I want you to look at is not the thing itself, right? Oh, I'm going to study this health coaching certification for 30 minutes a day. What is that going to do? Well, first of all, it's going to empower you with knowledge that you can use with your children, your family, yourself, right? Okay, so that's one. The second is then you can go out there and you can do something that actually serves the world, which is teach, right? And give that away to free. And maybe 1% of those people will say, hey, I'd really like to work with you. I have those particular type of health issues. I want to be able to overcome them. And now you start to work with clients and you actually develop a career that you can really enjoy, that you can be proud of, right? That is what we teach inside of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. That is exponential growth. And then what if you did that every single day for a year, just the 30 minutes? Do you think that you would be 37 times better if you started January 1st and ended December 31st? Of course. Like you wouldn't even, you'd be unrecognizable December 31st to the individual that started on January 1st. And the reason is this. The you that started on that first day, right? I'm just using January 1st. Obviously, this show's not on January 1st. You wouldn't even know the possibilities that exist right now, January 1st. Because the present you had to go through getting 1% better per day. And it's impossible to even know all the things that you will learn, but even more so, and this is the whole point of this, your mindset will change in such a way that the problems you had before seem very easy to overcome. And part of the reason is that you always encounter new challenges and obstacles. Why are those challenges and obstacles there? For you to grow. For you to decide if you then want to take it to even a higher level. And that might not be the right space for you, and that's okay. Sometimes it's just not the right time. But what we can't do is allow time to continue on forever and for us to delay our decisions to ultimately reach our potential. So getting 1% better per day is really a mindset. The actual actions will be laid out for you because all you need to know is the first step of how to get started. I mean, that's literally it. And then after that, like people always ask me, how do you know which books to read? I read a book, and then inside of that book, there will be something that I did not know that I then want to learn more about. And then I will purchase a book on that topic. And then I will read that book. And that book then has something inside of it that I want to go deeper on. If you begin to walk the path unfolds in front of you. And I'll leave you with one more line, a brilliant one by Earl Nightingale, one of my original virtual mentors that I studied way back in the day. He said this: the time will pass anyway. We might as well, just as well, put that passing time to the best possible use. So I ask you, what is it that you could be working on right now in your life that if you were to achieve it or get better at it, your life would exponentially change? Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. I appreciate you. I thank you for all the show notes, for all the links and 3 big takeaways. Head on over to StephenCabral.com/2733. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to StephenCabral.com/courses.